waiting for you. It's OG taking on NaVi. And we've seen that lower bracket run. I'm joined by Lacoste as we're getting ready for this best of 5. Draft's begun. And look at you. You've got a fancy hat on. It's a Dota 2 jumper that was from like TI3 or something. It's like a Christmas jumper. It's a Dota 2 themed one. Very good. It's got the shitty wizard on it.
10 seconds remaining.
Jokes aside, I think Coddle actually has potential now that we see a lot of these changes. Man, reading through the patch notes is difficult, you know, trying to memorize all that stuff. I have game on one screen, reading the patch notes on the second screen, like what are they doing, what's happening. It's kind of hard, but it makes our job easier, especially for the analyst, because I can say whatever the hell I want, people still don't know what's happening. So we're all good. Easy as best of 5.
5 seconds.
It should be enjoyable as well. I think people really enjoyed the other day, or yesterday, last night, when you know, going through the patch notes, you're like, yeah, +3 intelligence, plus this, yada yada yada, something imbalanced. You know, you just say something funny, Lacoste. People start chuckling along with you. Taking a look at this so far, though, Chen and Mars, we saw NaVi, of course, taking out Team Nigma in that best of 3. It went to 3 games, and they did utilize that. Chen, the Mars, the Phoenix was a big pick for them as well. And the Phoenix Aghanim Shard seems pretty tasty.
5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick.
Well, something that OG do leave in is the Doom, and we saw also Iceberg playing Shadow Fiend. He looked exceptional. I think Iceberg has kind of stepped it up in the last week or so. You know, he's had some shaky performances, but Shadow Fiend and Doom seem to be heroes that he's incredibly comfortable on, as well as the Zeus. So that hero pool for NaVi is great for the mid lane. And there's the Phoenix kicking things off. No big surprises.
The next label play. The next label play.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And we get to see this team that we know is great at innovating, great at pulling out these cheesy little, you know, item builds or hero picks. So it's going to be super fun to watch them and how they perform. Lina for NaVi. Usually we'd see that paired up with like a Slardar, and it might still come out in this first phase, but he did get hit a little bit with the nerfs. We're going to see how these teams prioritize him.
NaVi's turn to pick.
Behold the horn of madness.
Off the egg, yeah.
Ten seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, that's what VTune's been doing. Pick PA or Drow and still looking incredibly good. Did we see any of the Aghanim Shards? Because she's got like a Blade Flurry now. AoE, break, damage, all sorts of daggers flying around. Pretty damn good. No DP here, though. Something which Nigma were toying around with. The position 5 for Kuroki, but also the mid lane for Wii. You know, getting that additional movement speed makes her seem really good at rotating and taking these kind of fast-paced team fights. But for now, neither team opting to go that direction. And with Mars banned, we do still go, yeah, for the Lina Slardar, the good old classic.
Seconds remaining. NaVi's turn to ban. OG's turn to ban.
Yeah.
In that lane.
And then going into like mid-game, late game, Aghanim Shard on Troll, I believe he dispels with one of his axes, or both of his axes have some form of dispel, so he can get rid of Corrosive Haze, which is something that you kind of rely on as the Slardar to burst through some of these Agi
10
heroes.
seconds remaining.
So what do you reckon? OG gets rid of the PA still? PA Slardar
5
is
seconds
an
remaining.
insane combination still.
It is. I think you need to get rid of that. They go with the Dead Prophet first that you mentioned. It's sick combination. You know, just that minus armor with the ghosts.
Yeah, it's real good with the silence as well, having AoE silence up against Mag and Phoenix. Relying on their teamfight ultis very often. But it's still shades of the last patch, right? Mag, Phoenix, very good at defending the farming triangles and areas where you've got choke points on the map. Very good at guarding your safe lane carry while they're kind of tucked away in the pocket, farming away until Christmas.
The map hasn't changed. The gold formula, the XP formula has not been changed. So that's really good in my opinion when we have all these things combined with the new items, new tier items, like new abilities introduced. Then it's a complete mess. But for players right now, it's much easier to play like the Bo5, even though the patch arrived yesterday, because they can adjust to those changes.
Well, that's the PA. But yeah, you're right. I've tried to explain, to people who don't play Dota or don't know esports, what happens when patches in Dota come out. And very often with those things you mentioned, with XP changes, map changes, it's kind of like in football where you change the football into a triangle and the goalposts, turn into two big dragons that you're going to try and take out from the sky.
Yeah,
The game
Kung Fu
completely
football,
changes.
yeah.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
But, with this change, it feels more like an extension of the patch. Of course, new items, changes to heroes and things, but it's still the same base game that hasn't really been modified too much.
I mean,
What
meta
is that
will
movie?
shift.
Is it Kung Fu Soccer?
Kung Fu soccer, yeah, or football, whatever you want to call it. Not sure
But there's a
what the
movie,
original.
Shaolin
Soccer, yeah.
That
that's
movie was
it.
exceptional.
There was also a video game, like, I don't know which console it was on. It was like one of those, like,
Yes, Red Card.
I can't remember. I don't know the name, but it had all these like kung fu effects that you could use during a football match.
Yeah, it was Red Card on GameCube. I loved that game. Like, you get a special power up where you've got the little bar where you get, your meter up after doing tackles and fouls and stuff. Then suddenly you're, fly kicking people in the face.
This is what we get if Tusk gets picked up.
Yeah, or if you get the Aghanim Shard on Darkseer, right? You get that nice little text effect with his normal punch. Walrus punch, walrus kick up against normal punch of Darkseer. But anyway, OG dipping a little bit into their time here for that third pick. What do we want? Troll gone, Void gone, Terrorblade banned out. What's another carry that you'd want with the Magnus and power? I've seen a bit of PL recently, but PL against PA? Does that feel good?
Not really. I mean, you don't want to buy MKB. Maybe they're looking for something that has a built-in break mechanic. There's some couple of break mechanics added. Viper still has it, and yeah, Viper felt really strong yesterday, especially in the laning stage when Alliance played against who was it? Enigma. Okay.
Okay.
E-Blade, Thompson.
Magic
Yeah,
build.
I mean, this probably is Thompson Gyrocopter, E-Blade build-up, Oracle. That's a nice combination, actually. Just removes that Empower, removes the Fire Spirit when used defensively. So actually, they're swapping things around. Gyrocopter safe lane, most likely, and they wanted to get a ranged hero once again that is not affected by Slardar so much in the laning stage, because Slardar just crushes the melee heroes.
5 seconds remaining.
And then you've got Fate's Edict from Oracle against the magic damage builds. If it is Gyro or Puck going for that kind of E-Blade Veil, we saw, I believe, going for the Gyrocopter magic build in that series earlier against NaVi. Fate's Edict so good at just nullifying that magic damage completely. And then the saves onto the Phantom Assassin, who is your single core.
10 seconds
A
remaining.
nice little grab for them. Where is this all going, though, for OG? Because that Puck comes out after the Gyrocopter. And then, you're kind of thinking that Puck's mid for Thompson, Gyro there for ILTW. Do you then expect a Magnus 3 for Seth?
Magnus 3, Phoenix 5. OG has been playing Phoenix as a position 5, and I think you can do so much, especially with the new shard introduction, where you will get the farm. You can stack so much easier with it, and just give farm to Gyrocopter and Magnus. So looks really good. Looks like Phoenix will be played more as a 5. That's just my guess, considering the changes that we've seen. So they need a position 4 hero that's paired up with Magnus. I don't think they can put too much pressure on Phantom Assassin Oracle with Mag +1. But
And that's why Navi bans out Earth Spirit.
yeah, Clockwork feels also okay. I wouldn't mind Tusk, just to have one saving ability. And Saksa is back, so this hero looked extremely good on him. Could also be like a Shadow Demon, so that they have like a real save.
Remaining.
And some very targeted bans there from OG. Doom and Zeus. I'm mentioning that at the very beginning of the series here, that Iceberg has been popping off with those 2 heroes in particular. Shadow Fiend's still out there for him if he still considers that as viable. Lots of minus armor would definitely be coming out from the SF if they want to grab him up. But OG have to pick first. So they have potentially showed their 3 cores, and like you're saying, Saksa, his final hero, going to be rounding out their draft for them.
Remaining.
Tons of team fight from OG though, right?
Turn to pick.
Loads of it, and there's the Tusk for you.
Yeah, loving the Tusk. I just feel this hero brings so much. And finally, Frozen Sigil. That item slot in the cosmetics, we're gonna get the use of that. So I'm really happy about it.
Do you still have
back
the
with the
Vici
shard
Gaming
upgrade?
one?
I don't have it. I don't have it, but for those who have it, we'll find a good use for it. And it's also a save. It also gives them like more roche taking potential. Tag team is extremely powerful. So yeah, I mean, it's also a true strike against the Phantom Assassins blur, so you always have that kind of guaranteed hit with the Walrus Punch.
Yeah, guaranteed catch for it. Man, Dream Coil, Call Down, RP, Supernova. Navi are going to have difficulties here, you know, skirting in and out of team fights. Phantom Strike, of course, PA will be able to kind of dodge in and out, but it feels like once Slardar commits, he's kind of in there and potentially stuck. So it would be nice to see another hero that can maybe lay it on with counter initiation of some kind.
Could be just a casual Dragonite pick for, you know, laning stage against the Puck. Their damage is a bit limited. There's no real damage that comes out once Dragonite gets a BKB. Like, there is RP, something that Dragonite's really not afraid of, especially if he pops the BKB before that RP. So looks like a decent Dragonite game, I would.
Yeah, like Storm is the other one that Iceberg's played
Not
a
really.
lot. But
Choose your hero.
well, that's the counter initiation. That's what I wanted. That's the hero that's going to put a stop to the team fight combos of OG. I like it.
He can snowball. I mean, and if he's paired up with the Slardar in the mid-game fights, the pure damage from Glaives, it's gonna hurt quite a lot. I'm a bit worried because they're relying so much on General to have a good time, and this time around he's playing into range heroes. So, like, in this game, you need to get an earlier Blink Dagger. Like, you need to go for it. Then you might, you know, go back to Hood. But it's gonna be very hard for Navi to start a fight because your mid lane is Silencer. He's, you know, more counter-reactive. Same goes for Oracle. Lina position 4 can't really just, you know, engage into a team fight. Use LSA. So Navi, they need to secure Slardar's lane. I think that's the biggest part. Like, top lane needs to do really well.
Absolutely. I mean, there's some cute little plays you can do with like Fortune's End, Phantom Assassin diving in and maybe, you know, catching people like that. But I think you're absolutely right. General, he is that one hero that starts fights and end fights for Navi. Try and get that Blink Dagger at a reasonable timing. And then he'll need, you know, Blink and BKB as the game progresses just to try and keep himself in the running. Away we go. Game 1 of this best of 5. OG up against Navi. ILTW Gyrocopter going to be coming out here. Very likely paired up with that Phoenix. And there's Slardar, the big man, the main hero for Navi. Very nice that IceFrog decided to put him at the front because he is the pivot off-lane catch hero for the CIS squad.
Wow, that'll learn ya!
Prepare for battle.
Wow, that'll learn ya!
level play.
Oh my god. What is happening here? They've both walked into each other. It's nighttime in the Dota 2 world. A 3-man light strike array. That's great from the Lina, but Tops and No-Tail still chasing General. They're trying to get the first blood, but a 2-man crush there. Slardar stops them in their tracks, and they do bring down the Phoenix. Great start, and another big light strike array. Here's another +2 for Iceberg, and another one +6 incoming. Saxa's down. NaVi, a cracking start. Okay, you gave up General in the mix of it all, but huge kills and a burst of aggression to kick off this series.
So I have a couple of pro players that I talked to about like the changes that I had enough time to talk to about, and everyone mentioned the same thing. Like, we like that it's nighttime, so we can, you know, plant some wards, we can keep fighting the smokes and everything. And this shows like Silencer starting up with 6 extra intelligence, which means more damage, which also means more mana regeneration. So pretty good.
Yeah, I can't believe it. That is great for Iceberg. He's probably laughing to himself right now, getting tips as well. And we'll see our lanes and how they pan out, because Saxa is up top with Seb, the Tusk, and the Magnus. Taking a look at that safe lane from the PA and the Oracle. Mid lane, of course, we see here Topson on the puck. And that build that he's been going recently, the double null Urn with the E-Blade coming, facing against Iceberg, Silencer. And down bottom lane, General Slardar with the Roger Lina. They've been crushing it as this dual lane off lane against No-Tail and ILTW. Phoenix and Gyro. There's a lot of match damage from OG.
Yeah, it is. Oh, Crush. This is something that General does when he's playing into range hero. Doesn't get the bash, but starts with the Slithering Crush. So it's easy setup for Lina to land an LSA. And to go back to the talk about Intelligence Steal, he stole 2 extra intelligence from Puck and he gained 6, so that's 8 difference in damage already on a mid lane.
Yeah, look at that. Puck at 59 plus 2, of course there's some Glaives of Wisdom there. So what's it, 60?
Yeah!
And then 67 over on Iceberg. Good old beginning for him. Top lane always want to fly, gonna get tag teamed, and Shockwave back into the waiting arms, and that big old hammer of Seb's Magnus. OG striking back, claiming a little bit more momentum, at least in that top lane. Not an easy one for Oracle PA. It's a very kind of passive defensive lane until maybe they hit level 3 and Oracle's burst damage comes into play.
I thought that's gonna be a bit different. Like, PA should still get the farm. They might get a kill or 2 on the Oracle, especially if he's out of position, but decent start. Saxa died once, which kind of cripples him. Losing that 2 intelligence is a pretty big deal for Tusk.
Nice shot.
Limited mana pool. There's
Good
the
skewer. They don't keep the tag team going. Always want to fly. He's got to burn through a salve himself. Will stick around in the lane. And peeking down to bottom, light strike array from Roger, clipping ILTW. In general, it looks like they've done a bit of a wave drag back here, try and secure a bit more safe experience and farm for the Slardar. But he's had a pretty good start so far.
Mid lane, rotation from Tusk. Just kidding, it gets stopped by Fortune's End. He wanted to go on Silencer. It's an easy setup with the Ice Shards and a tag team. You know, give Puck some advantage because Silencer got his already at the start.
I mean, Topson's chipping him down. Okay, the salve is there from Iceberg, defensively by his tower. So he will be alright as the shards come top lane, well placed by Saxa. Blocking always want to fly, but Seb too low to commit onto the Oracle. Very, very spooky laning stage here. Both teams really looking for that killer edge. Roger's fake pumping light strike arrays bottom as well. They're doing a great job here, zoning out both No-Tail and ILTW, so General can continue, you know, with a double bracer into boots he's got, that'll allow him to get straight into the blink, but Roger's being initiated on. Homing missile does donk him on the head, but General bodyguards his Lina.
General is the off-lane god. Like, I saw his Clockwork in the previous series. He had triple bracer, casual gauntlet of strength, and strength power treads on Clockwork. So look at this, just a double bracer. Sounds really silly, but the amount of like regeneration and stats that you get is pretty good. ILTW needs to be careful with the courier. Lina might take it out.
Roger. Yeah, blocking up the camp. Spots the courier, but it's a little too late and a bit far away. And that top lane again. This time it's Seb that's in a spot above her. Pops his stick in the fairy fire and does actually tick down. That final right-click projectile from the Oracle followed him all the way across. And then in that mid lane, Topson grabs the arcane rune, salves up, so Iceberg's got a long walk back to Fountain. While down at bottom, RTW, and he pops his stick, turns and fights. General still in the middle of it all, but they're bursting through Roger's HP pool. Fairy Fire still available, and he pops it to survive through the Fiery Spirits.
Now OG is out of region on the bottom. Alright, Courier from No Tail has one sal, so he will pop that on ILTW just to give him some more lane presence.
Yeah, and their sticks are empty as well. I keep bursting through them. It looks like Roger's going to have to wander himself back to the double bounty runes and probably go home.
Got it.
He's bringing out a salve though, so stick around.
Puck is level 6, so NaVi needs to be careful about rotation coming out from Tusk. They need to be ready with a TP. Lina's is low on HP, so she can't do it. Brings a healing salve.
And Puck nearly has that urn. It really is that kind of level 6, level 7, double null urn, and then make the rotation to get charges on it for Topson Puck.
I just hope it's not a double urn build.
Hey, was it Wind Ranger for Seb that bought it?
Yeah. Bite it. You're
Bite it. Native speaker,
This
by
is
the way.
something that I would say.
Whoopsie. Just a bit of lag in my brain, you know? It happens. I've read too many patch notes. I don't know how to use my words anymore.
Sucks.
Oh, Roger. Roger's dying. Yeah, there's the shards. Secures it for RTW. There's also a nice little play by Always Want to Fly top, stopping Seb from dragging that wave across. And both teams securing the runes. Always Want to Fly realizes it isn't top, so Topson gets a regen to refill. And to clear the camp, actually. Keeps it going for a Waning Rift and an Orb.
And Tusk made a move so that, you know, gives Magnus room to be in the jungle, because cannot really lane top against two heroes. They have a way to stop the TP.
Does get spotted under the dire ward though, so the observer from Saxa probably going to get removed. Still gets a good shot on mid, and there's a Dream Coil tag team onto Iceberg. TP coming in, but it all seems too little too late. They global silence the Fairy Fire, and Iceberg, he's away from there. General with the crush. 4 heroes from OG coming, dive forward. Iceberg needs to dive, and No Tail, he's chasing for it. Finally secures the kill. Mid lane silencer down, and Topson not jaunting to the orb, just leaving No Tail to maybe try and deny to neutrals. Never going to make it with both General and Roger there.
It's still worth it for them because they got some damage on the tower. Iceberg hesitating with that global silence. Like he was, do I pop it straight away? Gave like half a second to Puck to be able to respond with the Vanning Rift. Fairy's Trinket picked up by Mag. That's Puck's item because it gives spell damage and mana cost reduction.
Oh,
Sounds
really
like a
nice.
very cool tier 1 item, yeah. And 100 HP on top of that.
Yeah, the 100 HP for a squishy hero like Puck. Very impressive. And trusty shovel straight away from Topson. A free kobold. How much gold? 7 gold.
7 is the lucky number.
It sure is. Triple sevens, that's what you want. As bottom lane, Roger. Thinking about the light strike array, but again, that homing missile just chasing through to him. Securing yet another kill for ILTW, who is left alone down here while diving into mid. No Tail and Topson. They've got a coil. Not throwing it towards the Slardar, and is he going to grab an arcane rune for his troubles?
And while all this is happening, Phantom Assassin, no one is even close. Check the net worth, 4.2k, while the second has 3,000. Jeez, that's actually huge.
And V2's item build here, we saw him going for that Ring of Tarask earlier on, but where's that item now, Lacoste?
Deleted. I was about to, you know, say something stupid, say he didn't need it this time.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't too much pressure and was playing with Oracle, but that item is out.
It's gone, so replaced by the double Ring of Regen that the PA's picked up.
Also, Ring of Regen got nerfed. 1.5 to 1.25.
So that's why he's got 2 of them, yeah? Make up a bit of difference. That PA rushing towards Battle Fury. Oh, another shovel there. This time Roger, the first use, gets a bounty rune. Beautiful.
Balanced. One team gets Cabal, the other team
Coil
gets
mid.
a rune.
Global silence in return. LTW and Sax are both here though, and they're looking for it with a cooldown, but the Fate Edict onto Sansa are going to dodge away from all the magical damage. Fortune's End comes. Iceberg still being tagged up by Saxa, and the 3-hero gank squad arrives. LTW, first rotation at level 6, and he makes it worth it.
And Dobson keeping bottom to help out. No tail.
Trying to
Can
burn
they
through
get it?
General.
Yeah, earn and the overtime damage. Let's see, one more orb.
In 2 seconds.
And OG's playing so well right now.
Oh, General. Knew he couldn't escape, so tried to turn to get some CS on his way out. 7-5. I mean, net worth-wise, it's very close, but it feels like OG are kind of dictating where the map movements are going and what's happening in the game.
And this is the difference, like, when we talk about the draft, the mid-hero, yeah, Silencer got those 3 assists from the start and just died twice, because he doesn't have any escape mechanism. There's also Silence that he needs to play against. And maybe Dragonite would have been a better choice, where they can, you know, have a stronger laner, and he doesn't care too much about those rotations. Much more tankier, and this is the hero that scales better than the Silencer.
Now look at all these stacks. Big bank built up here by Lena. Oh, is Roger going to take it? He'll look towards that medium camp. Large camp, plenty of gold left there for the PA to come and take. But they need to defend this, and I think OG have a very good idea of what's happening as they make a move onto Oracle. Snaps the coil. Fate's Edict on him, so difficult to keep pushing damage forward, but Thompson's there with the urn. The homing missile's coming, and a dominating streak for ILTW. Light Strike Array clipping Thompson on the way through, though. Now a dive for... And the Sun of Supernova. They absolutely don't. Iceberg is being done for. Dumpstered with a triple kill for ILTW. This gyrocopter is annihilating NaVi.
Very aggressive play from OG. Like, they are bringing their carry. They see that, you know, Phantom Assassin is not going to be joining fight, just prefers to farm. Silencer feels very weak. And Thompson, like, every single time his coil is ready, he goes for a target. And this urn gives him that extra bit of kill potential. That's something that he needs. Well, what is that item that he's going for? Witchblade.
Witchblade?
Yep.
What does it do?
It gives attack speed, intelligence, projectile speed, some armor, and causes your next attack to apply poison for 3 seconds. 25% slow, and one time your intelligence adds a damage every second. Sounds good. I've seen it on Dead Prophet yesterday when we played it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, some of these new items, you know. Maybe, well, I was thinking about, you know, Null Tally's Embraces, the way that Wraithband used to be Aquila, Null Tally used to be, you know, Into the Veil and stuff like that, but they've got completely new early game items. As I'll come back to this in a second, because Seb, he's being hounded by NaVi, throws the RP, and the Gyro's in the vicinity, but they'll leave the Magnus to die. Everyone up there
Also
from NaVi.
RP. Magnus getting very close to his Blink Dagger on top of Double Bracer, Magic Wand, and Arcane Boots. Seb is so farmed.
He really is, yeah. 4th in net worth, ahead of the Silencer by about 1,000 gold. But yeah, these early game items, now what do you think about them? The Orb of Corrosion, this Witchblade, there's also the fluffy hat that builds in some like Falcon Blade and stuff like that.
Witchblade seems like a good item, like it gives you pretty much what you need. You know, some attack speed on the mid laners, the intelligence ones that can scale. It gives you some armor, especially against the PA. And the starter in this game, General, yeah, he's very dead.
He was playing around with Saxa, who snowball dodged him, and the rest of OG arrive. Just behind them, though, V-Tune is clearing through the ancient stack that OG had made. Battle Fury, of course, done for that Phantom Assassin, so accelerating very quickly. 7k net worth up now. And then TPing out as RTW will be like, oh, my stacks have gone. And that's all enabled by that deep observer ward on the high ground. Comes out from NaVi.
I see Magnus going for Horn Toss, new ability from the Shard, which tosses people into the air for 0.6 seconds. They also have a Walrus Punch that tosses you into the air. Always want to fly, might get his wish granted.
Well, the Laguna Blade Saxa, a little bit too far forward. NaVi really are playing as this 5-man unit. Global Silence to try and save General there as the Skewer was coming. Good cancel, so Seb couldn't pick off the General Slardar, and a nice crush there with the silence as well. They've caught out Puck. Supernova to maybe win this fight. OG still, they're focusing it down though, and Iceberg would always want to fly, get the job done. A double kill for the silencer. Up to 12 permanent Angie stolen now. And I feel like the big factor here is still this V-Tune Phantom Assassin. 303, untouched, still scaling.
Yeah, this is something that they're relying on. I said the General needs to have a good time. He's really not having a one. Double bracer, phase boots, windlace, this blink dagger. He needs another 6-7 minutes. If NaVi's playing well, if they're winning fights. But the one thing they got going well for them is Phantom Assassin plus a Slaughter combination. If they kill 2-3 heroes, they can easily turn that into Roche. Phantom Assassin getting very close to that Desolator, just needs to buy one more Mithril Hammer, and with Battle Fury, like that should be pretty soon, 2-3 minutes. Blink is up on Mag.
Nice move by Thompson. Baiting always want to fly. He thought it was just the Puck, and he was being tentative about whether he wants to, you know, stand his ground on the high ground there or back away, and the entirety of OG were actually following through. General toying with RTW back into that triangle area. As Gyro's Aghanim Scepter's complete. Nothing changed with that, right? Still the side gunner, flak cannon.
The side gunner, yeah. Rocket Barrage upgrade. Hits an extra target and increases duration by 1 second. Sounds really good, especially if you pair that up with E-Blade.
Hits an extra target. Interesting.
OG will need to get some kind of dispel mechanic against the global silence, so they can, you know, try to reinitiate. You see global silence, you feel, yeah, this is it, we can go all in. Magnus, there's Aetherlance in his quick buy, and Aghanim Shard might change things around, and he just did that. I was trying to say either Lotus Orb or Guardian Greaves, where like you have ways of counter initiating with that. Already has Arcane Boots, so can disassemble that.
Phoenix also going a similar direction with Lotus Orb queued up. Kinda want to see the new Yule Scepter though. Targeting it on allies, moving the Cyclone around.
It's a very costly item. It costs like 6.5k if I remember correctly.
7,125. Yeah. The Wind Waker. So bringing a bit of Link and Zelda into our Dota 2 game.
When I tested it, you can go from high ground to low ground, so that's pretty big.
Lucky.
When you on yourself, yeah. You know how many times you got yourself in a bad spot where you're using the old scepter to buy time, maybe someone can help you out, but with this item, like, you can do it yourself.
Yeah, so then instead of like Yule's Blink and hoping for the Blink to come off cooldown, you can just Yule's and get the winds to carry you to safety. So Rodovatos looking for the Blink Dagger next. Iceberg wants a bit more maneuverability. And wondering, does he want to go for anything after that Blink Dagger? Because we've got a couple of new Blink kind of components, right? New Blink items that we could build into.
Yeah, 3 new Blink Daggers. It was way too long. Like, Blink Dagger, since Dota 1 days, like, this has been pretty much the same item. I remember when 648B arrived. I think that was the patch in Dota 1 when Blinks got cancelled. Before, you know, you receive damage, you're like, I don't give a crap, I'll just blink.
Yeah, just blink away from everybody.
Issues with the voice program that they've been using.
V-Tune's gonna go and make some tea. It's a cold evening. He wants to warm himself up. Try and keep those hands warm around a nice toasty mug.
That Iceberg says "Vse norm brat," which means it's all good, bro. I don't know what the other one means.
I have no idea either. Need a translator.
So yeah, go ahead, Gary.
I was gonna say, she's like 1,000 gold away from Deso. Like 15 minutes in, V-Tune just continues to race ahead. But there's got to be at some point where this PA is like, okay, guys, I'm gonna join in. I'll try and fight. But does
And
she-
once she gets that Deso, it's go time. Like, they will probably try to smoke up. Global silence will be up again, 50 seconds. This is the standard stuff. You mentioned the item build on silencer, like double or triple null. Rod of Atos to keep people in place. It's very good against Phoenix's dive. Tusk can't use the snowball. Magnus, Puck as well against the illusory orb. There was a change. I'm actually not sure the root mechanic against Puck where it got shifted around. So I think you can use illusory orb, but you cannot use banning rift. Yeah, I think that's the change.
Okay. Well, I was kind of wondering about whether PA has to wait a little bit longer, because General, he's had an all-right game. The laning stage looked pretty good, but went back for phase boots after double bracer, the wand, gloves of haste there to maybe try and accelerate his farm a bit more. Blink Dagger's pretty far away, and again, he is that one form of initiation that NaVi has.
Yeah, he's investing so much into these cheap items, so Blink Dagger really delayed, and the laning stage didn't really go well for him.
Also has the shard queued up. Corrosive Haze applies for 5 seconds on units hit with Slithering Crush. So if he gets a big blink in, 3-4 man blink crush, applies Corrosive Haze to them, and then PA is whacking into them with the right clicks and the daggers.
And then PA level
good.
25 with triple Stifling Dagger.
Oh,
Doesn't
starts.
sound too bad, Gary.
Sounds pretty good. Gonna be slaughtering people. Oh, modern art, Lacoste. NaVi, they've been practicing.
Oh,
Some beautiful stuff there.
I'd buy that for $100,000.
Just put Banksy's name on the bottom of it. No one can tell the difference.
I mean, Banksy's cool compared to some other artists that just, did someone just spill the paint on it?
Well, did someone spill some baked beans on this piece of paper? Like, what is this? Yeah, there's some interesting art out there as they coil up General, really stymieing his progress towards the blink. Thompson dodges the Light Strike array, and General's going to turn around with Laguna Blade help from Roger, and they clear through Thompson. OG a little bit late to the party, trying to chase the Slardar back, but they won't catch him, will they? Maybe No Tail can burst through him, but another good crush, 2-1 charges. He's going to survive. Mid lane, though, the skewer back. Seb's there. LTW down. The save wasn't available, and the PA ready to join these battles even before Desolator. The Magnus in a lot of trouble, being cleaved and twain by V-Tune.
Here comes Papa Assassin. General, how far? Yeah, he's really far away from Roche Pit. They could have tried to maybe go for it, but this gave him a really good chunk of gold. Now he's 1,000 gold away from that Blink Dagger, Phantom Assassin, 500, closing to that Deso. They need to be careful. They also need to start building some armor items. Puck finished that Witchblade that we talked about, which is gonna give him armor. Magnus, Lotus Orb, that's some extra armor, Tusk, Medallion. They need to tank up. Like, look at Phoenix, a casual Ring of Protection and the Plate Mail.
Absolutely right. Stack up that armor. Well, Dire scanning Roshan. Trying to make sure there's no sneakiness going on from OG. And it looks like a big group up from OG themselves. Without RP for a minute, cooldown's coming up in about 15 seconds. They do wander into the pit. Scan coming a little bit early. Are they really going to try this? They've got a decent amount of magic damage, and with Tag Team bursting through Roshan pretty quickly, NaVi need to respond. One here.
That's big. That's really big. Stealing Roshan from Phantom Assassin and Slardar.
They're not moving.
Side Gunner, Medallion, Tag Team, they have enough damage, and Sunray was keeping them nice and healthy.
They've snuck it.
Definitely not a move that NaVi expected them to go for.
Well, they expected it because they scanned it. It was just like 10 seconds too early. No one showing on the map from OG.
Amulet picked up by Gyrocopter, and he's like, I don't want that. That's too much text. Don't want to read it. I'll just go with the stuff that I know. Dragon Scale, that's armor.
Oh, man.
Sounds good.
Thompson slaughtered. General does get picked off by Saxa and No Tail, but it's that big kill in the mid lane with Always Want to Fly And V-Tune there getting straight on top of the puck. That's something that RTW will probably want, though. Vambrace? No, he keeps the Dragon Scale. You were saying that armor is very valuable this match. And a bull for PA.
Oh, Seb, can they find him? Seb blinks out.
Dragging himself into the trees. They know roughly where he is. Roger shows on the creep wave. Seb cutting through the forest. He's found a hidey hole. Do NaVi continue looking for him? Roger is a man on a mission. He's found some cut trees. He's found the Seb Magnus. Blink TP.
He'll get him.
Off to the right hand side. He misses just off the mark with a light striker ray. That was literally on the edge.
Seb actually went for a long TP. He TP'd the tier 2 tower that someone already TP'd to.
Yeah, OG are getting ready to fight. There's a DD rune bottom that Gyro might be able to grab there. Positioning themselves to take down Roger. Looks like a simple kill here with Saxa, Thompson, both closing the gap fast enough. Lena does get deleted. Oh, Gyro going for Halberd after Ags. Still nobody found that DD rune, though. Snowball towards always want to fly, though, as Saxa gives him the punch. Half HP Oracle turns and burns with the Purifying Flames, but a call down, and Dream Coil does catch out this Silencer of Iceberg. Phantom Strike away gets the PA back to safety, but they lose another 2 heroes. OG with these teamfight ultis so quick to snap into action, and a Blink RP. Oh, Seb, he's missed out on General, trying to skewer back, but the stuns, the big hit crit from V-Tune forces the Magnus to disengage.
Yeah, we talked about how Dota hasn't changed much, at least like the first impression. So everyone's just playing the same way, like as they did in the previous patch. Problem for NaVi is they don't have the egg hitters, like Lena.
Oh my god, Laguna Blade, Saxon's down. The Blink Crush, there it is, onto RTW, trying to burst through the Aegis, and they get him. Thompson in the meanwhile, dealing with Roger. Lena's gone, and the dive forward. No Tail, trying his hardest, but with no Supernova, can't stick around in the fight, so they keep going on RTW, and Gyro just being annihilated here as NaVi do smoke from that mid lane, making a play to make OG pay.
We can feel the power of Slardar's Corrosive Haze, plus that Deso finished up on Phantom Assassin, and he goes for pretty much the same item build. Global Silence dropped on the puck.
Thompson
Ghost Scepter
does pop the Ghost Scepter. Still gonna get right-clicked into Oblivion. V-Tune, now the big heavy hitting crits come. And this is really great for V-Tune. Not only did he have a good early game, accelerating very fast, but hitting this timing around Deso and getting a lot of kills off it means the BKB, that next big item, comes that much faster.
Once he gets a BKB, doesn't need to care too much about the spells. There's Walrus Punch, there's like Supernova that goes through Magic Immunity, and the reverse polarity, but with Oracle behind you, you should be fine. There's also a Glimmer Cape already on the Oracle, 3 healing cells, he found the Trusted Shovel, so a lot of synergy there. And finally, Slardar has that Blink Dagger.
Yeah, and if you're playing Oracle, really don't be afraid to even just buy salves. Having that salve inside the False Promise, incredibly valuable, especially when you've got a single core lineup like this with the PA. Save her, dispel her, get that heal going. OG with another smoke. Again, they've got the green lights. All ultis ready. Full arsenal of abilities as they dive towards Always Wanna Fly. General blinks away over to the north side. OG find nothing.
No vision. They have no reveal. Phoenix is bringing some. Tusk also doesn't have it.
They'll see General in a second up on that top lane, but I don't think they can go for it. Sticking around for the mid-tier 1 instead.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
NaVi does not want to take a fight yet. PA getting very close to that BKB. If they had it, they'll probably just go in. 2k gold lead for OG, but you don't really feel it. It's a very even game, I would say.
It feels dead even, yeah. And if OG are able to plant themselves in this kind of position more often, where they're holding a high ground and waiting for NaVi to make the move, having all of these big teamfight ultis, definitely a big bonus for them. And where's Iceberg sitting right now? Middle of the pack net worth wise. Blink and that Rod of Atos. Global up at level 2. So we've got 5.25 seconds. That's a bit weird, the scaling of that spell. 4.5, 5.25, 6. 0.75 every level. Nice.
I'm just looking at Gyrocopter's talent tree. Level 15, minus 40 seconds cooldown, so...
I think it's been that for a while. 40 seconds reduction.
Changed. And here's the
NaVi
smoke.
Smoking.
BKB
Absolutely.
BA, level 18.
She wants to make the jump onto the Phoenix here. The Blink Crush onto the two of them. It's great from General, blowing up No Tail. Fortune's End also catching Saxon. The global silence means that he's down, dead to rights. Magnus in the meanwhile, Lotus Orb returned onto Roger, but he's gone. The Blink fall from PA finds RTW cleaving through and critting into the gyro. The cooldown's thrown. PA has to be wary of this. BKB is down. So with the Dream Call on under, the false process needed. The save from Always on Fly comes. And Saxon stunned. Roger gets the catch. Tusk is down with a dieback. General Iceberg running forward to the Rod of Atos, and they find RTW. The PA needs to make a move, though. Either in or out. Will Thompson be found?
Let's say barely misses. It's very hard for them, you know. If they go on these targets, Magnus has the Lotus Orb, so that's their only way of, you know, having something against the global silence. Great smoke from NaVi. They found them in the correct place. Now they can go on a mid lane. Thompson just trying to buy time. No Dream Coil for 30 seconds.
They have the Supernova, and they're going to force NaVi back. Homing missile flying out towards General. They're chasing for Iceberg, though, with the Sun Ray and the Waning Rift. They're actually burning through him fast enough. The gap closed from OG. Incredible there.
Radiant
Bridging that
Always gonna
distance.
fly. Not there. He was on a mission to pick up some bounties.
Oh, General Slardar slips away. OG again come to play in this high ground triangle. Ideally, they want this tier 2 bottom to fall. And then they can play that multi-pronged attack actually towards the NaVi base.
Always gonna fly having a really good game. OG does not have that one hero that Oracle is really afraid of. They don't have that like instant jump because Gyrocopter doesn't really want to be in the front line, especially right now because he's not tanky.
And you don't want to RP, you don't want to look for an RP on the Oracle.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Because Always on a Fly is going to be playing from fog, hiding behind the PA. So it's going to come down to vision and whether or not Thompson will be able to find him. Because E-Blade is up on that puck now. Which blade? E-Blade?
All the blades.
Another blade, please, Thompson. Not a Yule Scepter. We can't go into Scepters after buying 2 blades.
We have a lot of blades in Dota. Ethereal, Diffusal,
Shadow.
Blade Mail, yeah, Abyssal Blade. Quelling Blades.
Blades of Attack. There's plenty
Blades
of
of
them.
Alacrity. We have all
Just
the
keep
blades.
going, mate.
I think they
Look at that Roche,
might be
man.
all right. Roche done. OG, no response. So Phantom Assassin picks up Aegis, Cheese. Who's holding it? Silencer.
Yeah, Iceberg needs that extra bit of tankiness on top of the Essence Ring.
Radiant's top
Given
tower
that burst
is under
regen from the
attack.
cheese. Sitting on 30 bonus int right now. Did go for the int steal talent, of course.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Easy top tier 1 for NaVi. This is the same position we were explaining about OG. You know, opposing triangles. Dire wants to play into that Radiant one. A very nice, comfortable place to be. But OG are already there. Ready to defend their high grounds. A basher for PA now. V-Tune is stacked. 17,000 net worth up on him.
Elven Tunic picked up by Gyro. That's a new tier 3 item. Some attack speed, 16% evasion, a bit of movement speed.
Radiant's middle tower
That's it,
is
doesn't
under attack.
Which one
Radiant's
gives you
structures are
invisibility?
fortified.
E-Blade from Thompson. I'm not sure.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What, a cloak that gives you invisibility? Sounds like Harry
Radiant's
Potter to me.
middle tower has fallen.
So many neutral items now. There are plenty of them. Ceremonial robe is mana. active cloak, 25-second cooldown, causes you to become invisible for 6 seconds. That's pretty cool. And we did see the Penta-Edged sword come out in that last series as well. Doom was running around with a very demonic sword. 45 damage, 80 melee attack range.
Doom with Penta-Edged sword, drawing pentagrams.
Yeah, on his opponents.
That's lore for you.
Very fitting. OG looking at this next fight very delicately. They know they need some real perfect execution to be able to catch out this PA, 3 times basically with Aegis and BKB. But the jump is in from General, finding Seb, dive there, but the Global Silence stops any Supernova plays, and Iceberg's made the move onto that. Poor Phoenix blown up with buyback available though. Now No Tail, he'll pop it with a cooldown coming. Sansa has to eat the cheese, but Sansa's blown up by a dagger. Supernova's there, and the blink RP. Seb, he's got them both, drags them in, and that's beautiful from OG, executing wonderfully, ignoring the PA. Now she comes back in, but Puck has jaunted to an orb off the other way.
Now they're chasing, they want V-Tune. Where's that blink?
Phantom Strike range, 300 range, but they've got the E-Blade, turn with the BKB, the buyback from the Oracle now. Seb getting jumped on, has a Lotus Orb as the pushback there. Thompson dealing with the Sladar's Blink Crush initiation, and I think the Puck's all right. Still trying to orb forward. They want this PA real badly. They know that NaVi do not have the backup necessary to keep V-Tune going. Oracle's too far away. But there's the jump.
There's the crit. There's the godlike.
V-Tune shuts it all down as OG decide to spread and separate. They get taken out.
Phantom Assassin was a bit afraid in that fight. Like, didn't get the good jump, only managed I don't think she even killed Tusk there, because he was snowballing to the side. They also had the ward on the high ground, so the vision should be there for her to get a good jump, especially with the Aegis, but Silencer maybe a bit too aggressive, blinked in, and was forced to use the cheese, but very nice RP response from Mag.
It was really nice.
Fortune.
It's still an unkilled and unkillable Phantom Assassin though. Aegis for 1 minute. BKB 8-second duration for this next charge. Silencer also buying a BKB of his own. Eyeing up that
LTW.
top lane gyrocopter, yeah.
Has a shard already and going for E-Blade that we mentioned, like the kite potential, the damage amplification on the targets. Sounds like a really good item on Gyro. And that's the
smoke from OG. They spot him, they jump in, they make the dive. V-Tune trying to focus them down, but there's the escape from Puck. Phase shifting, Lotus Orbing away. And V-Tune's BKB is wearing out now. Dangerous situation for NaVi, trying to bring the rest of the cavalry in, but the Global Silence comes and the false promise is there. V-Tune saved up and they found the Phoenix in the back. Light Strike rate is stunned, so there's no ulti coming. Supernova Man down, and they are focusing towards the Gyro. A good Dream Core snapped back by that. Magnus with a 2-man RP as well. V-Tune and Always on a Fly being cleared through, but they can't finish the PA. Still holding Aegis, jumping onto Seb. A beyond godlike Phantom Assassin, and V-Tune is going to heal up from the Aegis too as he clears through them all. The triple kill for V-Tune. Thompson gets a triple kill as well, but it's NaVi who kill 5 while OG kill 4. 9 heroes are dead.
9 heroes dead, Gary. Phantom Assassin getting all that juicy XP for herself. Will be level 25 minute and decides to go for Nullifier, which I really like, just removing the Empower on the target and those 2 E-Blades that can cause some issues. Finally, we see Phantom Assassin going in. They still had a minute left on that Aegis before the fight started. So next Roche may respawn in 2.5 minutes. This is gonna be a big fight. Like, if they get the Cheese Aegis +1, they're probably praying for Aghanim Scepter.
Absolutely. It is the Ags patch after all. We had the Aghanim's Labyrinth, and he's been handing out goodies like Santa Claus to all these heroes in this patch. Cloak of Flames was just picked up by PA, but it looks like she's going to hand that over to somebody else. Slardar takes it for the armor, magic resistance, and of course that passive immolation. What else is there? Quiver on Silencer, Mindbreaker PA. A new Psychic Headband. 12% intelligence, 100 cast range, Psychic Push, which we saw from the Puck earlier on, but Puck decides the Elven Tunic is more his style rather than a tiara.
I like this Cloak of Flames. stuff. Imagine if we have Radiance on top of that on a melee hero like Spectre.
Oh, Topson. Look at General. He's got the Blink Crush with a good phase shift fast from Topson. E-Blades up onto someone. Fortune's End onto the PA, but they don't get the jump they needed. So both Sax and Topson are going to be blessing their lucky stars. They were able to get out there unscathed.
Radiant are
Any
scanned.
big items on side of OG? Like Phoenix getting closer to that Lotus Orb, which will help them have like second way of dispelling things. Mag has one. Blink Dagger picked up on a Tusk. Tusk still struggles, because once they get the good initiation and the global silence, he can't go in, because he does not have way of dispelling things for himself.
You know, in the draft you were asking about break mechanics. Is there a reason here OG, you know, I guess can't go for one against the PA? No Silver Edge, no anything like that?
Well, Phantom Assassin has a built-in break with Fan of Knives. Well, that's the ability from old Warcraft 3, like Mordred had it, right? Yeah. Oh man, we know that Ice Frog was working on this patch really hard. You know, people still doubting he's there. We get the Dota 1 abilities, Dota 1 names back, so yeah, it's definitely him. He's there. He's not gone.
What was the first version you remember playing?
I don't know. I played Tides of Blood. I played Aeon of Strife. That was pre-Dota, and then
Three
Dota
Corridors.
came out, and then I started playing it. Yeah.
Yeah, there were loads of versions of it. Because that old, the old loading art, you know, in the river with like Slardar and stuff, that's still ingrained in my memory forever. I think it was like 5.84C or something. A long, long time ago. Oh, RTW breaks the high ground. NaVi, they saw him. Observer and sentries there. Perfect vision for NaVi here over OG, but look at the positioning from the rest of them. No-Tail, Seb, Topson, all pretty distant, waiting for Roshan to respawn in 1 minute.
Silencer also picked up the shard, which gives him one more bounce, dealing 50% of the damage on the glaives.
It's hefty. Big old punches. The jump in with the crush. BKB's out from B2, trying to blow up RTW, but the good save coming in from Topsa, from the Tusk, sorry, as the Supernova's there from No-Tail. They zone back NaVi. No one gets taken down, but with Iceberg arriving now, he is moving forward, and you're right, he's holding the ulti with the BKB ready. Iceberg stands at half HP, throws the global now, and V-Tune blows up by RTW. Big slice down on the gyro. The two-man RP from Seb, but he's being used up. Topson tries to arrive with Saxa there as well, but General, the re-initiation from the Slardar. They do find the Silencer at long last, but V-Tune still going. The Phantom Assassin, hungry for blood. Light Strike Ray misses, and now chasing towards that Oracle of always going to fly. And RTW, with his buyback, needs to make it worthwhile. Seb's forward, misses the shockwave, catching, no, missing with the skewer, and Drodger, that's an optimistic TP,
to stop,
but he's successful.
And V-Tune on bottom will cut the creep wave. Oh, triple Stifling Dagger, like coup de grace, chance got nerfed. It was 10% before, so he goes for a different talent. Yeah, this is a combination that we actually mentioned before. Slardar also picked up his shard, so it causes corrosive haze to be applied for 5 seconds. The units hit with Slither and Crush with the triple Stifling Dagger, man. That's actually pretty cool.
Iceberg buys back. E-Blade coming through, but General, the big man with a big crush, finds the takedown, and they're going to slay them all. 3 heroes in a row for V-Tune, continuing this beyond godlike streak. 16-0-11. V-Tune's going to have himself this.
So hyped, you know, to see the new patch. Like, yeah, can't wait for Phantom Assassin and Sven to get nerfed. Well, here's your Phantom Assassin once again.
What now, haters?
Yeah, what do they get? Is that
refresher shard?
Refresher? Okay. Ice Frog keeping things balanced, you know. If Phantom Assassin picked up that Aghanim Scepter, would have been rough.
And this is going to be tier 2, potentially a lane of barracks as well, because Puck doesn't have buyback. Topson's down still for 40 seconds. No-Tail has the Aghanim's shard, so these fiery spirits, they are constant.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But the amount of heals coming in for V-Tune means this tier 3 is dead to rights.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
RTW is going to try with homing missiles to slow the push. Tier 3 down and NaVi not committing. No to risk anything on the racks.
Are scanning.
I got a shard should be more visible. Like it's just 3 blue dots. Not that spot, especially if there's like blue stuff. Let's say Lena, like the plate is blue, the mana pool is blue. She had like 2 more items in the left slots.
I still keep looking for the the buff
The
icon.
buff in the status board.
Yeah.
Bar, not board.
Bar board, same thing. Deb smoked up. Yeah, with the rest of them actually. No tail, sucks. Thompson clearing out the bottom wave. Good position. NaVi though, holding the staircase, waiting for any sneakiness. Phantom Assassin's the only one to show on the map right now, still with Aegis BKB.
Spell Prism dropped by both teams. They're gonna get it. Puck definitely taking one to lower the cooldown on his abilities. It got nerfed. Now it's 18. It was 20.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
LTW with a very close TP there, near the edge of vision from NaVi. I think they pinged out and it's the way out. And OG trying to get out of their base.
That's actually sick build up for Silencer, because you can get Gleipnir from Road of Atos and Maelstrom, and it gives like it roots all enemies. So Tusk can't use save, there's no skewer, there's no dive, and deals damage also.
And it's in an AoE, right?
Yeah, and it also works really well with your shard, or the Glaze of Wisdom bounce. Like it might actually work where you get like the proc also from Maelstrom from the second bounce.
Oh yeah. Well, that's gonna be cool. First time I've seen
Just
that
theory
item come out.
crafting, maybe it doesn't work, but I believe it should work.
Jump in, V-Tune, he makes the move, finds the gyro, global comes, and RTW is being blown up. Oh, buyback for him. NaVi now with a perfect avenue to take game 1. 110 seconds with no gyrocopter.
That's their
geez.
damage. Gyro for almost 2 minutes. I don't think they can take the fight. DD.
It's a good skewer back. EA though, still moving forward with the Aegis pop. They do life, and there is no BKB here. So General needs to make the move. The global with the 2-man crush, fighting Saxa, bringing down Thompson. They're all falling. The dominoes come tumbling down as NaVi push them over, and OG, they're gonna be taken out here in game 1.
That's such a sick combo, actually.
Set.
And crush RP, but the instant Yule Scepter.
Response from NaVi. They tried. They went for the play. They even brought back Saxa, but General, he's still in there with a blink BKB, and GG is called.
Oh, great performance from NaVi. I think they are onto something, like with the itemization, with the hero combination once again, like
With the PA Slardar.
with the PH Slaughter. If you still don't know what to pick, just go with the Phantom Assassin. Still feels broken when combined with the certain heroes and the choice of talents, like the triple Stifling Dagger that I mentioned, with Slaughter getting the shard, applying corrosive haze. The heroes apply to the heroes hit by Slithering Crush.
5 seconds remaining. NaVi's turn to ban. Turn to ban.
Yes. Yeah, it's fine.
We accept the apology.
No, it's not fine.
10 seconds remaining. NaVi's turn to ban.
Welcome back, everyone, here to your grand final for the OGA Dotapit Season 4 as NaVi are taking on OG. A 1-0 lead for the CIS squad, looking pretty good with that. PA and Slardar still Lacoste. Drafts not being modified too much with this new patch, but we're finding out all sorts of cool little things about items and neutrals, things like that. As we get ourselves into draft for Game 2, anything that you're looking forward to?
What I'm looking...
OG's turn to ban. NaVi's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick.
10.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous burst of gold coming in. Well, a quick start to the draft. Morphling IO, Phoenix, Slardar banned. Starting off with a Chen for NaVi, which we saw them dismantle Nigma with. Roger, exceptional on that hero. While a Keeper of the Light, there's a few changes for him, and you were saying earlier on, a hero that you expect to see a bit more of.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick.
Storm Spirit.
NaVi's turn to ban. Puck.
Yeah, a lot of interesting changes. And that new Solar Bind, lowering target magic resistance, causing them to be slowed as the more they move. Looks like a pretty cool one there, as they did get rid of Blinding Light. And also, changing out his ultimate, like you said, Will-O-Wisp added with the Aghanims, but he gets back his spirit form, turning into the Ghostly Man. What they need to do next is they need to bring back the old Will-O-Wisp, with the little priests that come out. The Ignis Fatus. Putting that Will-O-Wisp globally somewhere on the map so you can push it out and keep on farming.
Yeah, it's like a real...
If you remember that, you're too old.
I remembered. I have that in my Dota 1 video when I was showing off my skill. I teleported that Will-O-Wisp guy, killed the tower with. It had like, I don't know, 20 damage maybe, and after the reduction you couldn't actually hit anything. It was very weak, but still managed to do it. Chen, Storm Spirit, NaVi. This is the combo that they've introduced at the start of the Epic League. In the interview, they said they stole it from someone. Did not want to reveal who that was, but a very potent combination of two heroes, where it's like you have a budget Aegis if executed correctly. Storm Spirit TP's back. You use it to, Chen's recall to call him back. What are we looking for? Keeper of the Light. Like, do we want to see a recall on him? Maybe. Since we're bringing the old abilities back.
Yeah, drag people around the map. That global displacement ability, super good. So they didn't say who they stole it from, but was it recent, or were they looking back into the past?
They just said that they stole it, and it was at the start of the Epic League, so like a month ago.
Interesting. It's something that I remember Alliance doing like 3 years ago or something, where they were defending base for like 20 minutes just because they had Chen Storm, able to like zip and clear creep waves and getting teleported back by the Chen, so he could continually keep clearing waves without wasting TP, which he can obviously do naturally. Respect ban on the PA. Exciting. We're not going to see the VTune Phantom Assassin. He has to play something different.
He had an amazing time in the previous game. But to go back to the Storm Spirit, instant lockdown coming out from Puck, something that he really hates to play into. The leash mechanic, the silence. He might struggle on this Storm Spirit because Like, no matter how much farm you have, it's still very hard for you to like itemize at the early stages against that coil. But there is sustain, and something that they do well once they play Chen Storm combination. Chen is in the jungle, stacking both camps, one with the creep, one with the hero. Stacking got nerfed a bit. It went from 40%, now it's 30%. You know, we were buffing those numbers quite up, and ended up in being the stack meta. So we had to tone it down a bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. But also interesting between the Storm and Puck is going to be that kind of Orchid timing for the Storm, and the Puck's build so far from Thompson has very much been double null, Urn, E-Blade, so we might see Puck shift back into the old school, you know, Yule Scepter, which is kind of more consistent against the Storm Orchid initiation.
You think so? I mean, it's Thompson after all.
You never know. Might happen. Oh, look at this. Double Spirit ban, Earth and Ember. Anti-Mage gone, as NaVi banned that one out. And some focus there onto V-Tune by OG, right? The PA we mentioned, Drow Range is something he's definitely been successful with recently. Potentially, you know, like a Lifestealer or something could be another tempo hero here, along with Storm Spirit that could look very good for NaVi.
Yeah. I'm not sure why they banned out Ember Spirit. To me, it feels like OG would not go for it. Like, Ember Spirit is okay as a hero, especially with some new items introduced that he benefits from, but having Puck as the mid lane and Ember Spirit as the safe lane, like, you can never finish the game. Like, you can't just kill the towers, and with the Keeper of the Light, that's gonna be a problem. So OG picks up the Lifestealer. They have a vehicle in Puck right now, Rubik,
and they block V-Tune from having it. Like, that seems like a very
that's big.
Deliberate block pick. NaVi still not showing off what V-Tune's hero is going to be. Rubik Chen, age-old combo, really great telekinesis into like War Stomp from Centaur. Good all-round position 4 there. Should be a solid hero. I say position 4, and that's a big fat lie. It's probably going to be the always want to fly pos fight.
Yes,
right?
exactly. There's going to be Chen played by Roger. I want to see some more active position 4. Like, Clockwork doesn't seem too good against Rubik, against Chen and Storm, so they might fall back to Tusk once again.
Ooh. Quite often the no-tail hero, that Enigma, so maybe it's the Kotl for Saxa.
I still feel you play Coddle as 5. Might be wrong, like, this is a new patch, and they have no abilities. Beastmaster's still available. I think you just get Beastmaster here. Decent laner against the Lifestealer. You will eventually need a BKB piercing ability, and it's a general one of the most played heroes.
And so good with that Hawk to give vision, catching out any heroes hiding away in the fog, so Storm Spirit can make those jumps in to catch targets. And if you have Beastmaster Chen, you've got the makings of a Zoo strat there as well. Tons of tower push from your offlaner and your pos 4. Lots of sustain if they go for those aura items. Necrobook, Vlad's, Solar Crest, Mech on the Chen.
What about Core Venge? I think this is something that Venge will be played. Fits the role, because you want to farm that Aghanim Scepter, all the XP that you get while you're dead. You get it back once you respawn, and you have Illusion to play with.
That can cast spells, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the counter to Lifestealer, the Ursa Warrior. Stack up those Fury swipes. And he had a couple of changes recently in that patch.
He got buffed. Like, I believe Overpower, mana cost got buffed. Like, less,
and the cooldown.
Cost less mana, and the cooldown, and the more slow on the Earth Shock. And there's this cool interaction with New Shard where he gets, I think every 6th hit, he gets enraged for 1 second.
Yeah, that's super cool.
I can't believe I actually remembered that, because usually I need to read patch notes like 100 times to just get into everything. Like, the first thing I do when the patch comes out, if I'm not casting like yesterday, I just go into the demo mode and test everything, like every single change, to see how it goes. Then I start thinking about, you know, to see the
theory crafting.
Yeah, just try to theory craft. And yeah, the 2 heroes that I suggested, Tusk banned out by NaVi, which is just great save, you know, and they needed that position for be more active, especially with Enigma, so they can actually run also a tri-lane. Beastmaster on the other side banned by OG, the BKB piercing ability, the Hawk that you mentioned that provides the vision, gives Storm Spirit a really good jump potential.
I want a Bat Ban coming out as well, just covering their bases. But yeah, thinking back to the Enigma series, they had Disruptor with his Ag Shard, which gives you like attack speed and move speed and stuff like that. With Ursa, you know, you could have potentially gone for his. There's some cool little combos between, you know, heroes getting these dual cores with Aghanim Shards going. Final ban for OG. Still looking for that position 3 hero on NaVi. No Slardar, no Beastmaster. Still could think of, you know, like the Tide Hunter or something along those lines as they take out the Night Stalker.
I mean, I don't think they can get the BKB piercing ability anymore from the offlane, so they might try to focus more on just the laning stage and a team fight. Okay, another General classic. Like, General's hero pool is pretty big. Like, when you think about him, yeah, there's Batrider, there's Beastmaster, there's Pangolier. These are the heroes, you know, that he really loves to play and just spams them every single time he can.
Oh, what a Sand King for OG. I'm curious to see how they give these players and heroes around.
All right. They're swapping things around. Saksa will be position 4, Keeper of the Light, getting the farm priority over No-Tail's Enigma. And Sand King as the off lane. So they need to bring a sentry to this lane. I think you start with the Caustic Finale on Sand King, just push out the wave, and you don't care too much about the Ursa's harassment. Pangolier into Puck doesn't sound too great. Like, the leash mechanic, the silences, he could struggle up a bit.
Yeah, he could. And, you know, General there, a couple of buffs over on that Pangolier. Shield crash, damage, mana cost, both being buffed. And the cooldown on it as well. Getting a new little Aghanim Shard ability, the roll up. And also, looking at this all matching up, there's the Rubik against the Enigma, which OG have kind of picked into. But a lot of team fights still for OG. Burrow Strike, Epicenter, Black Hole with a Dream Coil. And we'll see exactly what Saksa decides to build on that Keeper of the Light. As NaVi going into this game 2, again with more of this timing hit rather than the big wombo combos, which OG are so much favoring. Holding a rose in his teeth there, Pango. Ever the romantic. And Saksa's Keeper of the Light, shiny.
I've read a comment somewhere that new hero looks like the son-daughter of Pangolier plus, who did I... It was Vindranger? Yeah. Kind of makes sense.
Does it? Does it make sense? Look at us.
Well, to me it does. Well, we don't know if it's a ferret, if it's a squirrel.
A weasel or a fox. It's some kind of animal.
Could be. Oh, Weasel. IR Weasel.
Oh.
What a cartoon.
Because I am Weasel.
Don't need
IR
fans
Baboon.
for the victory dance. Baboon is better than Weasel.
Oh my god. Was that Nickelodeon?
No, that was Cartoon Network.
That was Cartoon Network. There's 2 Angry Otters as well, Ren and Stimpy. Man, you just had major flashbacks in my head right now for
They're not
Cartoon
otters,
Network
they're
and Nickelodeon.
beavers, you want to
Beavers, oh my
fine.
god. My apologies. I have severely misstepped there, my dear sir.
Yeah. So Solar Bind, duration 7 seconds, slow per 100 units, from 4% to 8.5, magic resist reduction, that's pretty big, and the cast range seems okay.
That's how it's
Like 700, you need to be relatively close.
It's got a very similar icon to Chakra Magic, which is a bit upsetting. They both look incredibly similar. Spirit form is a grumpy old picture of Mr. Keeper of the Light as top lane. They're going to find LTW swiping in there with the Ursa Warrior, General V-Tune, and the final touch actually coming through from Roger. Chen gets first blood.
So they might actually lane Ursa against the Lifestealer. That's something that we didn't mention. Let's see. Yeah, NaVi V-Tune actually gonna lane against them. So we might see some swapperoos, and this benefits NaVi because you can't, you know, have better lanes, especially when there's Chen. So he started with the Penitence. We'll get Probably Holy Persuasion then on level 2.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because then you can teleport Chen bottom and then bring the Ursa, and then if Lifestealer TPs, the Ursa then TPs to match, right?
Yeah, so Seb walked, so they can have that TP rotation if they need. He still didn't skill anything. Orb of Venom slow plus Penitence.
Oh, has to Burrow Strike to the safety of the tier 1.
That's not feeling good. Like, this kind of ruins your whole purpose when you picked him. See still, you know, some swaps coming out to the bottom lane. General just collecting the XP. Saxa still not skilling anything.
Interesting. Well, not swapping their lanes around just yet. Of course, you said waiting for that level 2 on the Chen. And that mid lane for Thompson, my goodness. 7-0 start for the Puck. Already a great beginning there and forcing an early salve out of Iceberg as he's chipped away at a lot of that HP already. And it's not going to get any better, as you said, like halfway through the draft. Puck against Spirit. Iceberg's probably going to have a rough game against all of that control with Waning Rift and Dream Coil.
I was about to say something really dumb, like, yeah, Blinding Light to snap the coil. This is not the ability, so... It's hard to get used to new stuff.
Oh, thank God.
And there's so much new stuff for this wonderful patch. Blightstone's being built on both teams by the position 4s too. You know, Chen has one, Kotal has one. So looking for that harassment in lane. Try and get a few more bits of damage onto these off-lane heroes. And No Tail just hiding away up top. Wants to try and move over to that pull camp. As Rubik does TP bottom. Pairing up with the General for now. Finds out that his large camp is completely empty.
I think they're just waiting for Chen to hit level 2 to be able to teleport bottom and make the lanes that they want. Ursa also having a really good time. Let's see if Seb is going to be level 2. Yeah, after this creep wave. Still holding a point to see where he needs to like either live with the Sandstorm or if he wants to put more pressure with the Caustic.
Then as Roger just dragging back the wave with a good pull.
Oh,
always want to fly? What is What is that?
That's
Jeez
the spell.
Louise.
That's Solar Bind.
That is some bizarre looking spell. Always want to fly, you know, nearly dying to it. And Saxa trying to go for the Illuminate play through the trees. But a good little dodge there from the Rubik. Oh, Courier Snipe not coming.
So the more you move, the more you shake.
Yeah, show me what you're working with. Always want to fly. Oh, Saxa, can he stop the pull? Thompson dies in the mid lane. There's Iceberg. Gets some revenge for that early game pressure. The first minute and a half looked pretty bad for the Storm, but that 1-1-1 build we've seen so much and love. Storm Spirit gets the takedown.
Great kill by Storm Spirit. No one is dying. Look at this spell, man.
Always wanna
fly. It's 120 move speed, level 1. Yeah, alright, I'm calling it out right now. This is gonna get nerfed. This spell is so annoying. What's the cooldown on it? 22 seconds, and it scales down to 16.
Oh, that's pretty cute. It's so good when you've got like open wounds and this lifestealer who can struggle to stick on targets. The ability to kite people and allow them to munch on them. It's a pretty good pairing.
Yes.
Lifestealer.
And it looks so powerful.
Dire structures.
It's like Omni-Knight using 100 heals on you.
Look at an ion cannon flying down from the sky. It's like Mystic Flare, but Keeper of the Light has it to slow people down. Oh, I can't. Well, actually, I can't wait. Kotal plus Skywrath, Mystic Flare plus this Solar Bind. Imagine all the flashing lights. New Year's Eve at midnight. Someone's going to play it. Fireworks everywhere.
My holiness hides me.
So Storm Spirit forced out of the lane. Double null, Fairy Fire, and has a bottle charge. Once Puck gets level 6, we might still see rotation coming out from one of the heroes. possibly Saksa. What I would love to see from NaVi in this game is that Always Wanna Fly gets farm priority instead of Chen, because he's playing against some really nice spells to steal, especially Enigma, so might be able to, you know, do much more if he has that one extra item.
Oh wait, Chen can't use Divine Favor on allied heroes until he gets the Aghanim Shard?
Oh.
Yeah, Aghanim Shard allows Divine Favor to be cast on allies, teleporting them back home after 6 seconds.
Well, someone didn't do the homework.
Iceberg about to drop in the mid lane. He turns on Thompson though. Another Remnant, not dodged. One more hit from Saksa, but he gets
Just got
lightning.
level 6.
Cracks level 6, and he's out of there. While bottom lane, LTW chased by General and Always Gonna Fly. It is NaVi suddenly spinning out 2 big kills.
Iceberg, he was afraid to go and try to pick up that rune. It was like maybe someone is there, possibly Enigma, because Enigma was not showing on the map. Oh, that's pretty big, you know. That's actually a huge nerf to Chen.
Thank you, chat, by the way. I'm paying attention. I'm watching. Roger, up at top lane, Chen, caught inside the sandstorm. And No Tail's there to help Seb secure up a kill. So it's a great thing when we've got these new patches. You know, we can learn 5-10% of it. There's a lot to read, but chat, they know everything. There's so many of you, you can teach us.
Well, the thing about it is you know, soak all the information. You're watching someone stream, you're playing the game, and you're you know, watching a Reddit thread about something, some combination. So it's a learning experience for all of us. Don't be too harsh on us, chat, because it's a new one for us as well.
Again, Iceberg onto Thompson, but he throws the Dream Coil the Storm's way, snaps the coil. Iceberg's gonna get blown up as Sax's rotation with that Illuminate clears through the Storm. With some fresh urn charges and a double damage rune.
It's under attack.
Could look okay, but doesn't have the coil, so a little bit difficult.
It's tough for him. I mean, he got 1 kill, and then it's just a rotation. Puck might actually get even a solo kill on him because of that leash mechanic keeping him in place for a very long time. How's V-Tune doing? Doing
very well.
Really good. Yeah, top lane.
Still gonna get caught inside the sandstorm, trying to Earth Shock away. Look at that. The shiny lights coming down from Keeper, slowing a touch. He'll go back into the jungle. Maybe someone can just bring himself a salve or something. Treads into Battle Fury for the Ursa Warrior. Looks like the build is going to be going for. And they never ended up swapping their lanes. You know, keeping General against the Lifestealer seems like it's gone okay for NaVi so far.
Oh, Keeper of the Light, his Aghanim Shard is Illuminate heals for 40% of the damage that it does. So I really expect him that he's gonna get that item, like possibly a Glimmer Cape, and maybe that get a shard. It's only during the daytime.
Yeah, that's true. And then you've got the spirit form as well, giving you the illuminate from that spirit coming out.
Stupendous!
Channeled up by a separate one. Keeper of the Light with recall. It's like they remove it from and give it to his Aghanim Shard, put one back on the Keeper of the Light. We really are going back to old school Dota days. 8-minute
love
rune
it.
about to spawn up.
You know, I've been playing Dota for what, 15, 16 years, I don't recall correctly, but it's nice to see like all of these old abilities, some of the names, like the spells that we kind of grow up with are back there again in our favorite game.
Yeah, they sure are. They need to bring back the secondary hero names though.
For sure. Fuzzy Wuzzy on the top lane, farming nicely, and he gets that possessed mask. For those who don't know, that's Ursa's name.
Oh,
from Dota
Sanking.
1 days.
With the Dream Coil helping out, that General Pango was in way too deep.
General? Let me just double click on him. Be sure that he died near tier 3 tower 8 minutes in.
He did. He was hunting the Enigma, trying to kill off Eidolons. And then Sand King with Puck both rotating. Made sure it was cut short. Storm rushing that Orchid as we expect. thinking about a play in towards mid because the orb has been expended. So Ball Lightning, Waning Rift away. Still going to go for this though, as Iceberg now gives up. TP from Saxa scares away the rest of NaVi because Always Wanna Fly and General, they were both nearby, ready with Telekinesis and Rolling Thunder to force a fight.
Wait, so Keeper of the Light actually has recall now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Like, Keeper of the Light is back. Where's my buddy, Dakota Cox? You know, he might start to play professionally.
Come back with a good old Kotl, yeah. That's going to be super nice. Have that potential for a hero like Puck, who is so elusive and good for pushing out side lanes, and then bringing it into the team fight when need be. Pango, General, he's in the same place again, a bit of deja vu. Still only level 6 on him, while Seb has managed to crack level 8 already. What is General doing? What's his plan here?
Good question. I said that they need to give Always Wanna Fall priority. Maybe that's that. You know, he's just buying time. Always Wanna Fly, farming on the bottom lane, he's trying to get his level 6.
More DD Rune, Dream Call on 2. Good Waning Rift, and Sam's in with the Sandstorm. Looks for the burrow onto the Storm. Hand of God from Chen buys a bit of time, and Iceberg turns to fight with his Chen creeps. They slap into Seb.
Look at his status bar on Storm.
And look at this Pango.
DD, Overlord.
He's coming in with a Rolling Thunder.
Auras.
He wants No-Tail real bad. The level 5 Enigma, again, surrounded by the Chen creeps as Thompson, Waning Rift forward, finds the Rubik. Always Want to Fly down to half HP, but they turn around on them with a lift. And Thompson, they slow down the Pango. In comes Storm again. DD Rune still going, taking down Saxa with a quick little hit. Thompson finds the trade and a killing spree. And now the Waning Rift to the high ground with the phase shift. He's got Urn Charges, dodging through the damage, but Iceberg, the kill is there. A double for the Storm Spirit. Didn't miss on that attack.
That was pretty big. Storm Spirit. He almost has enough money. Yeah, that's actually enough to buy full Orchid. Double Null, Bottle, full Orchid. Also has this Fairy's Trinket, level 1, that kind of fits Storm's profile. Some HP, some spell damage, and mana cost reduction, which he really loves to have.
It's huge. And then falls back on a stack, which he's going to be able to farm up a real nice amount of money there, and he's already got his Orchid done.
Where you watching? That's how it's done.
Another one of those moments where NaVi, flicks a switch of aggression from a weird move like General was like in this dire triangle, then suddenly he's mid lane ganking.
OG will need to be careful about Roche taking potential that NaVi has. Like the auras, mech is already done on Chen. Ursa has that lifesteal from Possessed Mask. Like, this is actually a very valuable tier 1 item.
The Orchid.
So.
Poor ILTW. Can't get away from that. He's got Phase Boots, Midas, and Iceberg with his Orchid is starting to make them pay for that little bit of greed. Smoke from the other 3, though. Tops and Seb, Sax are moving out from lane, trying to catch onto General. The Pangolier being shredded with that Illuminate and the Orb. Substantial magic damage, and a coil now actually in on to Always On a Fly, but he's under the Sandstorm, pushed out. Gets caught by the blinding light from this ghost form of the Kotl, and they're diving in under tier 1, slowing the Rubik, but he's still alive, and Storm zips in, finds the jump with the Orchid, the silence and the damage. It looks like it's enough to pop Thompson.
It is.
You had your
It's actually enough damage. Meanwhile, all that's happening, Ursa just pushing the top lane, farming, and I believe that's a 13-minute Battle Fury. This game looking really good for NaVi. Like, look at the item build. Abyssal Bait. Straight by Ursa. He knows, like, I need to lock down these units, like Lifestealer, Puck. We have a bit of a limited lockdown, so I'll just get a Basher, and this is your, kind of cover once Enigma, if it's down to that he's gonna get a BKB eventually, but not looking good this game. No tail at the bottom of net worth. 1,600 gold only.
Yeah, buying his first null of the game coming. We said that we were kind of happy that there weren't, map changes and math changes. The one thing that I'm a little bit sad about is that Radiant Ancient Camp and the difficulty you have stacking it. Like the box, it
got
like
fixed.
It still feels like it's a little bit too far up, though.
It's easier to stack. That's what Patch said.
A little easier to stack. Okay.
I think Gary Ice Frog probably knows better than you, so I'll just trust Ice Frog.
Fine.
Radiant are
I'll take.
scanning.
I will trust Ice Frog. I just know that in the last patch, I hated it. Storm Zip, they scan, they find a Lifestealer with an Orchid there, but they burrow and Black Hole. Iceberg and V-Tune both caught inside. They'll tick down the Storm. V-Tune's still in there, and they've stolen out the Malefice. Always Wanna Fly doesn't get the big Black Hole he wanted, while Seb, infested with the Lifestealer, turns around with a bomb onto Rubik, catching him out with the Lifestealer popping out. They'll find Always Wanna Fly.
Great bait, mate. I rate 8 out of 8. Definitely a good bait from OG. They read that movement really well. And they had no observer boards to scout things out, so they knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, he knew what was coming. Great turnaround. That's Iceberg giving away a decent chunk of change there. 500 gold almost to Seb. So that puts Sand now a little closer to the Yule Scepter he's aiming for. I think he was considering Veil. He's got a crown, but decides to go for... Oh, no, never mind. Has it finished? Holy crap. Where did that come from? Tanking. 6,000 net worth. Seb, after that first move where he had to go Burrow Strike level 1, has made a tremendous comeback.
And that's an easy Roche. They know there's no Black Hole. I'm not sure if OG can take this fight. It's already down.
They're still smoked up. Try to scout out anybody showing here. Storm Spirit offers himself in towards the mid lane. But Chen has mech with Hand of God, so difficult to bring any of these targets from 100 to 0 as Storm just zips in. Telekinesis is there, they need the heal. A bit of touch from the Hand of God, and the Storm Spirit will lose the Aegis though, and OG thinking about retreating, but Thunder from General, catching RTW in the back, so the Lifestealer can't stick on target, and the ball lane again finding the Lifestealer, Seb with a great Burrow Strike, but it's nowhere near enough to keep them alive, and a stolen Burrow Strike. Always on a fly. Again, on his head he gets turned. Seb slain by V-Tune's Ursa, while Thompson, found by Iceberg, off to the right-hand side. Saxy going for a TP, will he survive?
No stun.
4 heroes down from OG, but nearly a 5-man wipe.
They lost the Aegis straight away, but won a team fight. Will take a tier 1 tower. I think OG needs Black Hole to be more threatening in a team fight. And General, what a build. Straight into Pipe, just a magic wand. Pipe against Puck, against Sanking, Keeper of the Light. It works really, really well here.
Yeah. Yeah, with mech, with Hand of God, with Pipe, you've got so much sustain and damage mitigation. So awfully difficult to bring down Iceberg. And then Ursa on top of it, you know, Enrage with a Basher and a Possessed Mask for Ursa Warrior. You were talking about that item being pretty good for Morphling, for, you know, Phantom Assassin. Not too shabby on the Ursa Warrior either.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Just work on Fury Swipes? Fury Wipes. Do you think that works on Fury Swipes damage as well?
Possibly. I mean, there's gonna be a lot for us to learn in this patch. I'm glad that, you know, XP gold stayed the same. Roche, we didn't touch Roche, just that he gains more armor. So, like, we need to focus on some interaction between the items. Fairy's Trinket still held by Storm Spirit, has Arcane Rune.
Oh, all
He'll definitely need a BKB. Like, once he gets a BKB, they have nothing but the Black Hole to keep him inside.
Chen waiting for that level, not 20th minute, not level 20. Waiting another 2 minutes for the Aghanim shot to come up. And that's going to give him that Divine Favor. Cast on allies, teleport them home after 6 seconds. Potentially saving them out from danger.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is
And that's going to give Storm the opportunity to ball lightning very aggressively, take, you know, immediate pick-offs on people, then get room for that refresh on his HP and mana.
Dire's top tower
OG with the mid-tier 1, grouping up heavily as 5 down in that southern portion of the map. Thompson.
You would want to have that combo from Chen earlier. Maybe they were even not aware of this, so he's still farming that Aghanim shard. Has enough money to actually buy it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Thompson's going to be top and address that lane. NaVi with a sweeping smoke back through to their side of the map. finding Saxa. And Storm Spirit, Vortex, doesn't have it. Well, did, onto an illusion.
Dire are scanning.
Lifestealer making a hasty retreat with that TP.
Everyone needs to get out. Seb, still in the trees, has a Blink Dagger and the Veil of Discord. Maybe he wants to make a jump. There's a tier 1 tower at the bottom if they want to connect, but they need Puck. Like, Puck is kind of key to OG, where he goes in, create a bit of a mess, that Sanky follows up.
Oh my god, the Centaur stomp on the Enigma. That allows Iceberg to go straight on top of No Tail. A few more hits there, helped out by General Swashbuckle. Great pickoff. As bottom lane, OG are setting up onto the Ursa Warrior. They saw him move in here, but RTW can't close the gap. And Seb, not able to jump towards the Fuzzy Wuzzy. Saxa. Spirit form Illuminate. Not finding anybody. And the smoke from NaVi. Gonna get
And
popped
another
on the
one.
high ground.
From Saxa, Chakra Magic is maxed out. They don't have that one hero that really benefits from Chakra Magic. Like maybe Enigma with the Midnight Pulse. Just lower the cooldown a bit. Sanking is okay. You know, Puck is decent, nothing too special.
It's not like the Kotl TB we used to see like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Bringing that Metamorphosis down by like...
Dragonite, Kotl plus Night Stalker combo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that Kotl DK was sickening. Perma. Double stun. Lifestealer out on his own. They do make the move forward. Rage is there, and RTW... Thompson jumping with a two-man coil. Focusing Rubik with a good burrow strike. They're going to try and bring down all on a fly. The Sandstorm down, Illuminate, finally. Thompson brings him down, but in comes the bear. The bear cleaves through them. No-Tail Saxa both drop, and they've got the Rolling Thunder connecting on Seb twice. And he's going for more. Thompson, back to the trees he goes. Lifesteal has to jump out of the creep, and Rage back towards his tier 2s. Thompson trying to stand his ground and fight with a waiting rip, but the ball lining in from Storm. He wants RTW desperately hunting for that Lifestealer, and B-Tune, the counter is that Ursa Warrior. Now the buybacks, the TP's down to this bottom lane. They're just going to feed away more kills. Maybe they'll bring down General. Pops his one. He's got a pipe and shield crash, and the Hand of God brings it back to almost full. Saxa force snaps back, but he's dead. V2 now unstoppable, and they know where Thompson is. The big ball lightning! Iceberg did 90% of Thompson's HP with that one.
Oh man, OG just falling apart in this game. Catch a break. NaVi playing pretty much flawlessly. That item build from General, straight up pipe just to keep them alive with the mech and Hand of God, allowing them to survive through any initial burst that OG does.
And they're focusing this Enigma so early on in the fight, so we just don't see the black hole from No Tail.
It's a position 5 Enigma.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of rough one for him.
And he's trying to save up for Blink Dagger, something that maybe could turn the fight around.
So Pango now has Shard and has Magic Immunity. It can be cast during Rolling Thunder to temporarily hit the brakes. Nice. Can cast Rolling Thunder and Shield Crash during roll up.
And they are using this Chen Shard as well on the Storm Spirit. Like he's trying to go for the pickoffs, like ball lightning in onto the Enigma. Wait, is it going? Does he make it all the way? Oh, he was close, but Sam dies down bottom lane. It's everywhere. And there it is. The roll up. He's gonna roll through and kill off No Tail. Sam both down, while OG, they're bleeding out, trying to chase towards Saxon now. It's RTW battling into General, but he's been bashed up immediately by V-Tune. No more rage. He's gonna try to infest into the puck or something, but he's standing there with Iceberg arriving. It's another kill, a monster streak, and the ball lightning just keeps on going, and they call GG. 2-0 here. NaVi ahead of the best of 5.
What a performance from NaVi, man. General, his itemization, and getting that shard, it actually allows him, like if this game drag, Puck Coil doesn't do that much. This is something that I did not think of because I was not aware what it does, but it's actually a great counter to Puck. So, you know, this matchup should not be the same anymore, where you're like, you might see, you know, a core Pangolier and he gets this 1400 gold item,
5 seconds remaining. NaVi's turn to ban. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. NaVi's turn to ban. OG's turn to ban. NaVi's turn to pick.
Yeah.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick. Lena. NaVi's turn to pick.
Earth Spirit.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick.
Oh.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. NaVi's turn to ban.
Phantom Assassin.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. NaVi's turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. NaVi's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick. NaVi's turn to pick.
I speak for the trees.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick.
My dying waits.
NaVi's turn to pick.
Silencer.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. NaVi's turn to ban.
Bad Rider! 10 seconds remaining. Turn to ban.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. NaVi's turn to ban. OG's turn to ban.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. NaVi's turn to pick. OG's turn to pick.
Terrorblade.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero.
How many daggers am I holding up? How many daggers am I holding up?
Worst enemy. Your own worst enemy.
The next label, please.
Come, come. Your own worst enemy. Calm.
How many daggers am I holding up? How many daggers am I holding up?
30 seconds to battle.
You rock.
Divine.
The battle begins.
This is gonna sting.
Dire's courier has been killed.
This is gonna sting. Furnace. First blood, last words.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Jedi. Come.
Keskellä piano tenga una línea.
То есть фантомка, фулл фарм, то есть имеет.
看能不能发育起来吧，这次
Illusion. This is gonna sting. Wheel turns again.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Death tax. This is gonna sting.
Free ride.
What surge is this? All according to plan.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Autumn comes too soon.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Invisibility.
It is an honor to be chosen for death.
You almost had that. Calm yourselves.
All according to plan. My hands is an honor.
Calm yourselves.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Thought I was dead already. That will shut you up. Warriors of the wood.
Dire are scanning. Radiant are scanning. Dire's middle tower has been denied. Dire's top tower is under attack.
What? Let's
tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yourselves.
The next label play.
Weak as a sapling.
Haste! Money to burn.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The next label play.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Double damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Roots and run.
Dire's structures are fortified.
My edge. Go.
Divine.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Earth's bounty.
Radiant are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Scanning.
My fires quench.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Horn of the realm. One almighty money.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
This should make my life easier.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.